my name's Sarah. I'm a physio here at Fusion. One of the questions we get asked all the time is, how do I know if I'm using my core, or how do we know if we're cheating and using something else? So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a quick way, if you want to have a feel of your belly at home, as to how to know if you're using your core when you're moving your legs, or you're doing sort of chest lift, sit-up type things. Okay, so if I pop myself down on the bed, we're just going to do one of the exercises that's quite common in Pilates, which is basically what we call a leg float. Okay, so you want to be in your neutral position, which is basically where your pelvis isn't tilted backwards, where mine is here and my back's flat, and it's not tilted forwards, which means that my ribs come off the bed. So you want to be in that neutral position. So think where your pubic bone is and your hip bones, they're in a triangle that's basically parallel to the ceiling. Okay, if you take a breath in and we lift a single leg up in that position here, just to 90 degrees, we're looking at being able to activate our core and keep it nice and still. If I cheat and use my belly, hopefully you'll see my belly sticking out. Or if I cheat and try and use my back and push into the bed, again, you'll see that my belly bunches up and sticks out. What we're wanting to do is make sure the belly stays flat, so your core actually activates you. So I don't want you to think about gripping through your tail or gripping and using anything else. I want you to think of just the movement coming from your hip. So when you lift the leg up, everything stays still and everything comes down. Pelvis, back, tummy, everything else has stayed static. So take a breath in as you breathe out, which will help you activate your core. Think of floating the leg up to 90 degrees. Everything should stay nice and still. You should feel even the tummy drawing away from your hand as opposed to the belly pushing out and into your hand. Okay? We do exactly the same on the other leg. Everything stays still. We float the leg up. Now, to load it a little bit more is when we take that first leg up and we need to engage the tummy, keep it flat, to bring that second leg up. Okay? If we're cheating, what you'll see happen is this, and the belly billows out and everything blows. Okay? So if you're thinking about your belly here, flat, float your first leg, have a feel of your tummy. See if you can float that leg up without really activating your spine or really bracing and activating all the tummy muscles through here. Your hip bones at the 2 points of your hip here, think they're a bit of a corset and they're being laced together without that tuck underneath. So you're just drawing those hip bones together without anything moving. So your first leg will float up. As you breathe out, think of lacing those two hip bones together. Float the second leg up. Take a breath in at the top. First leg comes down. Second leg comes down. That's the easiest way for you to start building up your core muscles without you really cheating and bracing it. The big thing is that your core muscles should come away from your hands. They shouldn't push out into your hands. If they're billowing outwards or doming outwards, you're cheating. You're using a little bit of your rectus, you're probably using your hip flexors, and you're probably using your back to brace. So think of your core muscles as support muscles as opposed to bracing and fixing muscles where you compress everything down. You want to suck in and away from your hands, again without gripping through too much pelvic floor. Okay, so hopefully that's cleared it a little bit up. Think about the tummy being flat, tummy coming away from your fingers and staying flat. It's a controlled float as opposed to a grip and pull. Okay.